Yo, what's up, my dudes? This is the Topic 10 test review for circles. So the first question says, find the measure of angle BOA. So we're going to be finding angle BOA, which has a little X in it right here. So this is a central angle. I know it's a central angle because the vertex is on the center. So central angles are the easy ones because in a central angle, the angle is equal to your arc. So in this case, our arc is 80 degrees. The intercepted arc is 80 degrees, so therefore my angle is 80 degrees. So the measure of angle BOA, it's 80 degrees. Cool. Up next, number 2 says find the measure of angle BAD. So angle BAD starts at B, has its vertex on A, and goes to point D. So that's going to be intercepting this arc. It's this big angle here. So I see a 52 and a little box here. So I know that angle BAD is made up of 52 degrees plus an extra 90 degrees because of that box there. So angle BAD has a sum of 142 degrees. Yay. The next one is a central angle again, but you're going to find the length of the arc AB. So instead of saying, hey, AB is 45 degrees, you're going to do more than that. You're going to tell me what the distance is there. So I know the length of the arc is a piece of the circumference. So to find the length of the arc, I'll find the circumference 2 times pi times r. And I'll multiply that by the degrees. It's 45 out of the 360 degrees. So that's how we'll do the length of the arc. So think about that as a length of the chunk of the circle there. So it's a piece of the circumference. So 45 out of 360. I don't have my calculator with me today because a student borrowed it and never gave it back. Okay, Jeremiah Woods. So 45 over 360, I'm going to reduce that fraction, and it's 1/8 times 2 times pi times the radius 12. So since I don't have my calculator, the best I can do is I can say 2 times 12 is 24 times pi all over 8. And without my calculator, I can say that that's 3 pi's. Yum. All right, guys. So, yeah, you could use a calculator to help you with that one, but unfortunately, mine never got back to me when it was borrowed for the SAT. All right, up next, we're going to find the area of that chunk. So instead of finding a piece of the circumference, we're going to find a piece of the area. So it's going to change a little bit. It's going to be pi r squared. And the degrees for this one is 60 degrees out of the 360. So again, I don't have my calculator. So 60 out of 360 is 1/6 of the circle times pi times the radius 8 squared. So you can see how it's different from number 3. So 8 squared is 64. So that's 64 pi's over 6. And I could reduce that a little bit. I think it's going to be like 10 and so 10... 6 goes into 64 10 times, and then there's 4/6 left, also known as 2/3. So 10 and 2/3, or 10.66 repeater pi's. So something like that would do. And then number 5 is asking us to convert angles from degrees to radians or radians to degrees. So our conversion factor is either going to be pi over 180 degrees or 180 degrees over pi. How do I know which one to use? Well, it depends. On the first one, you're taking 3 pi over 4, and you want to convert that radians measure, you want to convert that to degrees. So you're going to want to get rid of the pi's. So you're going to multiply by the one that has the pi on the bottom because you want your pi's gone. If you guys ever want your pi's gone, just bring them to my classroom. Get it? Because I'll eat it. Because it's pi. Thanks. So we're going to use the 180 over pi because we're trying to undo the pi's. So pi's is gone. I got 3 times 180, also known as 540 over 4. All right, if I had my calculator that didn't ever come back to me, I would use my calculator to divide 540 by 4, but I don't have that, so I'll have to use my brain. That's 270 divided by 2. That's 135 degrees. Cool, cool. The next one says write 75 degrees in radians. So with that one, I'm starting with 75 degrees. So I want to get rid of the degrees. So I'll multiply it by 180. And I want to, sorry. Said that backwards. Not going to multiply by 180. I'm going to multiply by pi over 180. See, with that one, we want to get rid of the degrees, so that's why I'm multiplying it by the thing with the degrees on bottom. So this is going to look like 75 pi divided by 180. Gross. So again, don't have my calculator, so I'm going to reduce this fraction. I know 5 goes into both 75 and 180. 5 goes into 75 15 times. 5 goes into 180 36 times. I know that 3 goes into 15 and 36, so I'll reduce the fraction again. 3 goes into 15 5 times. 3 goes into 36 12 times. So without my calculator, I got 5 pi over 12. So this guy was 135 degrees, and this guy was 5 pi over 12. Cool, cool. All right, number 6 has a little bit of vocabulary stuff. A line tangent to a circle. Okay, so a tangent line looks like this. Is blank to the radius. All right, here's the radius, and we should know that they make a 90-degree angle. So the word is perpendicular. The symbol looks like this. The word is perpendicular. That means that they make a 90-degree angle. All right, it says 2 segments that are tangent to a circle. Okay. 2 tangents that are two segments that are tangent to a circle and meet up at a point are blank. The answer is congruent. The symbol is ba-boo, ba-boo. All right, so I know that if this were, say, 17, then this would be 17. All right, so if they meet up, those 2 tangents meet up, they're going to be the same. In fact, let's jump right to question 9 because it deals with that. Question 9 says, find the perimeter. Well, these are all tangent segments. So if this is 6, then this is 6. If this is 4, then this is 4. If this is 7, then that's 7. So to find that perimeter, that means the sum of the sides. So add all the sides up. Well, I got a 6, I got a 6. I got a 4, I got a 4. I got a 7, I got a 7. Add them up. 20, 34. Does 34 sound good? 34 sound good? What y'all get for number 9? So you get 34? All right, they haven't gotten to number 9 yet. Let's see, 10, 20, 30. It's 34. It's 34. There it is. Cool, cool. All right, so let's go back to 7 and 8 and finish those up. 7 says that OP is 8. OP is 8, and that PT is 15. So we learned that the tangent and the radius make a 90-degree angle. So what can you use when you got those 2 numbers to find the missing side? Pythagorean theorem. Good job, student. Yeah, we'll use Pythagorean theorem because a squared plus b squared is equal to c squared. So in the side that we're missing is opposite from the right angle, so that would be like the c. So a squared can totally be 8 squared, b squared will be 15 squared, and c squared will be, I don't know, it'll be OT squared. Okie dokie, so I got 8 squared plus 15 squared equals OT squared. 8 squared is totally 64. 15 squared is 225. And OT squared is, I don't know. So when you add those up, you got 64 plus 225, which is 289 equals OT squared. Oh, snap. Hey, Paige, what's the square root of 289?
17.
So OT, thank you, Paige, equals 17 units of happiness. So, and then definitely make sure that that number makes sense. Could OT be 17? Yeah, I think so. It would be the longest side of that triangle. That makes sense. I like it. Up next, again, the tangent and the radius make a 90-degree angle. Radius and tangent make a 90-degree angle. We know that QAR, this is 140 degrees right here, and we need to find angle P. So you need to be like, all right, bruh, that's a quadrilateral. It's got 4 sides, and a quadrilateral adds up to 360 degrees. And if one angle's 90, another angle's 90, and the other angle's 140, we can figure out what that missing angle is with a little subtraction. So you should be subtracting. You'd be like, minus 90, minus 90, minus 140. And you're like, x equals 40 degrees. So that angle right there should be a 40-degree angle, and life is good. Moving on. So we've already did number 9. Let's bounce down to number 10. We got OF is 5. Where you at? Right there. 5. We got that OB is 13. And we're looking for AB. So before I find AB, maybe I should find FB because I see a right triangle and I'm thinking Pythagorean Theorem. So A squared would be one of the legs squared, so 5 squared. B squared would be another leg squared, so x squared. And then C squared has to be the hypotenuse, which is 13. So 25 plus x squared equals 169. Subtract x squared equals 144. And square root x equals 12. So that doesn't mean your answer is 12, though. Because that's 12. And then AF is 12. So AB is 12 plus 12, big fat 24. Cool, cool. I know I'm moving fast, but you can always like pause it or watch it in slow motion and do the math with it and stuff. Hair looks nice today. Yeah. Mine too? Thanks. All right, so part C has a lot to it, but it's easy. We got the inscribed angles, okay? So when the angle is on the circle, that's an inscribed angle. So the angle equals arc over 2. The angle equals arc over 2. So inscribed angles. All right, so if the arc is 82, the angle equals the arc divided by 2. The angle equals 82 over 2. The angle must be 41 degrees. Cool. Next. Now, angle or part B gives us a diameter, which triggers something in my brain. I remember that Mr. Swan taught me in class that if I have a diameter, then the other angle is going to be a 90-degree angle. We talked about why, because this is 180 degrees, so this is going to be half of 180. So angle C is 90. Angle B is 55. So to find angle A, you need to know that a triangle adds up to 180 degrees. So angle A plus the 55 plus the 90 needs to equal 180. So do some subtraction. And I think you get... Hey, what's 180 minus 90 minus 55?
Well, you go to 90 again, and then you minus 55.
35? Yeah. So my smart students are telling me that it's 35 degrees. You're not even in this class. Nerd.
All you're doing is minusing. What the heck? Subtracting.
All right, so angle A is 35 degrees. And then last up, we got this guy. It gives us a 133-degree angle, and we're looking for arc AEB. So we're looking for this arc that goes with the angle. So remember, the angle equals arc over 2. The angle equals arc over 2. The angle's 133. I got to find out what the arc will be. So the angle equals 133. So it's 133 equals arc over 2. So you can do a little algebra and be like, all right, I'll times by 2. So the arc is equal to 266 degrees, which makes sense because this is that's a big arc. That's a big arc you got there. I like big arcs. Okay. Up next, we got number 12. We got a quadrilateral inscribed. what we learned about inscribed quads is that their opposite angles are always going to add up to 180. So opposite angles equal 180. They're supplementary. Supplementary. So if angle B is 65, so angle B plus angle D are opposites, so they add up to 180. So if angle B is 65 degrees, we got to do a little bit of math to figure out what D is going to be. So subtract 65. Uh, 180 minus 65. 115. Sweet. 115 degrees. All right, guys. Easy peasy. All right, and up next we got the two chords. Two chords. So all that you have to remember with the two chords is that you're going to multiply pieces of the same chord together. So you're going to multiply the C and the D together because they're on the same chord. You're going to multiply the A and the B together because they're on the same chord. Put a little equal sign between them. And then pick the right answer. Well, that was easy. And then part B says if A is 6, all right, if A is 6 and B is 3, so I'll put a 3 in the B spot, and C is 4, then we got to find what D is. So all you got to do, a one-step equation, divide by 4, and D equals, oops, I was moving so fast I forgot to do 6 times 3. 6 times 3 is 18. So 18 divided by 4, which I think is 4.5. Yeah, it's 4.5. Went to college. Went to college. All right, last two questions. All right, we got an innie and we got an outie. So with an innie, we learned that the angle equals the arc plus the arc divided by 2. With an outie, the angle equals the arc minus the arc divided by 2. So I've got a 90, I've got a 200. So that's going to help me find out what this angle X is. So angle X equals 90 plus 200 divided by 2. Wish I had a calculator. I don't even know if that's right or not because I don't have a calculator. Now, the outie, you're subtracting. So try to do the big one minus the little one. It says that AC is, says that AC is 178. It says that CH is 102. So do the big one minus the little one. 178 minus 102 over 2. So what's that, 66? Oh, no, it's 76. I wouldn't have messed up if I had a calculator. So that should be everything, guys. Make sure you do the extra practice problems I put with your test review. I will give you a grade for those tomorrow. You have a big test tomorrow. Good luck and best wishes. Warmest regards.